Did you know that the quality of your daily thoughts can be the decisive factor in your success and happiness? And that, according to studies on mental patterns, about 67.9% of people spend most of the day hostage to repetitive and limiting thoughts, undermining their own potential? This deeply echoes what the pioneer of personal development, Earl Nightingale, stated so simply and powerfully. We become what we think about most of the time. If this topic makes sense to you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who needs to hear this. This idea is not just cheap motivational philosophy. It finds support in neuroscience and cognitive psychology. Our recurring thoughts shape our neural pathways, creating patterns that influence our perceptions, emotions, and behaviors. Imagine your brain as a lush garden. Each thought is like a seed that you plant. Positive thoughts of hope and growth are like seeds of vibrant flowers and fruit trees. They nourish the mental soil, strengthen your neural roots, and blossom into positive actions and results in your life. On the other hand, negative, self-critical, and limiting thoughts are like weeds that compete for resources, suffocate the growth of flowers, and make the garden an arid and unproductive place. Neuroscience explains to us that this metaphor of the mental garden has a real biological basis. Through neuroplasticity, our brain is constantly remodeling itself, creating new synaptic connections and strengthening existing ones. When we repeat a thought, whether positive or negative, we strengthen the neural pathways associated with it, making it easier and more automatic to think the same way in the future. It's like creating a well-trodden path in a forest. The more you walk it, the more defined and easier to follow it becomes. Similarly, the more you think certain types of thoughts, the more ingrained they become in your mind, influencing your way of seeing the world and reacting to it. By consistently focusing on limitations, fears, or negativity, we literally train our brain to seek and reinforce these same experiences, a phenomenon known as confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is like a selective mental filter. It makes us pay more attention and give more weight to information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs, while ignoring or minimizing information that contradicts them. If you believe that you are not good enough, your confirmation bias will cause you to focus on every mistake, every criticism, every perceived sign of failure, reinforcing the belief that you are really not good enough. It is a vicious cycle that feeds itself, trapping you in a spiral of negativity. You don't just attract what you think, you tune into the vibrational and perceptive frequency of what occupies your mind. Imagine a radio. Each station broadcasts on a different frequency. If you tune your radio to the frequency of negativity, you will only pick up negative programs, bad news, sad music. But if you change the frequency to positivity, you will suddenly start picking up inspiring programs, cheerful music, constructive news. Your mind works similarly. If you tune your mind to the frequency of negativity, you become more likely to perceive and attract negative experiences. If you tune your mind to the frequency of positivity, you become more likely to perceive and attract positive experiences. It's not about magical thinking or simplistic law of attraction. It's about neuroscience, cognitive psychology, how your mental patterns influence your perception of reality and your actions in the world. But we live in an age that conspires against the dominion of the mind. The avalanche of information, the incessant notifications, the culture of comparison on social media. All of this fragments our attention and bombards us with stimuli that often cultivate anxiety, inadequacy, and superficial thinking. Our attention has become a valuable currency disputed by countless external forces. Social networks, news apps, advertising, everything competes for your attention. bombarding you with constant stimuli that are often designed to awaken negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, and envy. This constant digital invasion makes it difficult to consciously direct the focus of your mind. It's like trying to meditate in the middle of a rave. The external noise is so intense that it muffles the inner voice, preventing you from connecting with yourself and your deepest thoughts. It is difficult to cultivate a fertile mental garden when digital weeds invade at every moment, preventing us from consciously directing our focus to what really matters. Imagine trying to plant a lush garden on land constantly invaded by weeds. No matter how hard you try to plant good seeds and water them, the weeds compete for resources, suffocate growth, and prevent the garden from blossoming. Digital weeds, represented by the overload of information, notifications, and comparisons on social media, do exactly that to your mental garden. They invade your mental space, compete for your attention, and suffocate the growth of positive and constructive thoughts. And there lies the internal conflict. One part of you yearns for growth, to realize your potential, while another, perhaps a shadow fueled by old beliefs or external noise, insists on thoughts of doubt and fear. It is the classic battle between light and shadow, between the unlimited potential that resides in you and the limiting beliefs that have been internalized throughout life. A part of you, your essence, your intuition, yearns for expansion, for growth, for fulfillment. This part knows that you are capable of much more, that you have infinite potential to be explored. But another part, your ego, your mind conditioned by past experiences and limiting beliefs, whispers doubts, fears, and insecurities. This part tells you that you are not good enough, that you are not capable, that it is better to stay in your comfort zone, even if that zone is uncomfortable and limiting. Recognizing this internal battle, understanding that these negative thoughts do not define who you are, but rather patterns to be observed and transformed, is the first crucial step on the path of self-knowledge. It's as if you were watching a movie in your mind, a movie full of drama, conflict, and negativity. But you need to remember that you are not the movie. You are the viewer. You have the power to change channels, to choose a different movie, to rewrite the script of your own life. Your negative thoughts are just mental patterns, habits of thought that have been reinforced over time. They are not absolute truths. They do not define who you are in essence. You have the power to observe them, question them, and transform them. Your intuition whispers possibilities, but the chattering mind shouts limitations. Imagine you are at a crossroads. One path, illuminated and inviting, represents the possibilities, the growth, the potential that your intuition envisions. The other path, dark and full of imaginary obstacles, represents the limitations, the fears, the doubts that your chattering mind insists on projecting. Your intuition, that wise and silent inner voice, guides you towards the path of light, whispering possibilities, reminding you of your unlimited potential. But the chattering mind, with its incessant flow of negative and limiting thoughts, shouts for you to stay on the dark path, convincing you that it is safer, easier, even if it is a path that leads you nowhere. The choice, then, becomes clear, although not easy. Are you going to continue being a passive victim of your mental patterns, or are you going to take responsibility for actively cultivating the thoughts that strengthen you and align you with who you want to become? It is the moment of crucial decision. Are you going to let yourself be carried away by the current of your negative thoughts, allowing them to drag you into a cycle of self-sabotage and unhappiness? Or are you going to take the helm of your mind, take the reins of your thoughts, and consciously direct them towards the path of growth, fulfillment, and happiness? The choice is yours, and yours alone. No one can do this for you. Taking responsibility for your thoughts is an act of empowerment. It is recognizing that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but rather the co-creator of your own reality. It takes courage to steer the helm of your mind, to choose focus amidst the storm of distractions and negativity. It requires courage to swim against the current, to challenge the mental status quo, to question the limiting beliefs that have been internalized throughout life. It's like a navigator in the middle of a storm. The waves of negativity and distraction can be strong and turbulent, threatening to divert you from your course. But with courage, with determination, with focus on your goal, you can steer the helm of your mind, navigate the storms, and reach your desired destination. It is a daily act of discipline and intention. Cultivating a positive and focused mind is not a one-time event, a magical transformation that happens overnight. It is a continuous process, a daily exercise of discipline and intention. Just as an athlete trains their muscles every day to achieve physical excellence, you need to train your mind every day to achieve mental excellence. This involves practices such as mindfulness, meditation, positive visualization, affirmations, inspiring reading, constructive conversations, and especially constant vigilance over your thoughts, questioning the negative ones and cultivating the positive ones. By making this authentic choice, you begin to notice subtle but powerful changes. In the beginning, the changes may be small, almost imperceptible. But over time, with consistent practice, with daily discipline, these subtle changes accumulate and transform into great transformations. It's like the drop of water that pierces the stone. In the beginning, the drop seems insignificant, unable to cause any impact. But with constant repetition, with persistence, the drop of water eventually pierces the stone, demonstrating the power of consistency and small daily action. Mental clarity increases, the sense of purpose strengthens, resilience in the face of challenges grows. As you cultivate positive and constructive thoughts, your mind becomes clearer, more focused, more resilient. The fog of mental confusion dissipates, giving way to a clearer vision of your goals and your path. The sense of purpose strengthens, giving you a sense of direction and meaning in life. Resilience in the face of challenges grows, making you more capable of dealing with the obstacles and adversities that inevitably arise on the path. Your actions begin to reflect your dominant thoughts, and gradually, the reality around you begins to align with the vision you cultivate internally. Your thoughts are not just empty words floating in your mind. They are powerful forces that shape your reality. Your dominant thoughts manifest in your emotions. Your emotions influence your actions, and your actions create the results you experience in life. When you change your thoughts, you change your emotions, you change your actions, and consequently, you change your reality. It is a process of transformation from the inside out, starting with the quality of your mental universe. You don't change the world from the outside in, but from the inside out, starting with the quality of your mental universe. True change, lasting and meaningful change, always starts from the inside out. It's no use trying to change external circumstances if you don't change your internal mental patterns. It's like trying to paint a house with new paint without cleaning the dirty and moldy walls. The new paint may even cover the dirt for a while, but it will not solve the fundamental problem. To create real and lasting change in your life, you need to start by cleaning your mental garden, cultivating positive and constructive thoughts, and allowing this internal transformation to manifest in your external reality. What dominant thought will you choose to cultivate from today onwards? This is the question that I invite you to deeply reflect on. It's not about changing your thoughts overnight, but about taking the first conscious step towards a more positive and focused mind. What is the thought that you will choose to nurture today? A thought of fear or of courage? A thought of doubt or of confidence? A thought of limitation or of possibility? The choice is yours. And this choice, however small it may seem, can be the starting point for an extraordinary transformation in your life. If this touched you in some way, leave your comment, like this video, and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving messages like this.